Buying a home is a big and somewhat scary commitment, and a pricey one, especially here on the Suncoast. So it is important to have professional help. Senior Mortgage Loan Officer Brian Krohn from Achieva Credit Union joins us for today's Money Matters Monday. Great to see you.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for having me.
What is the very first thing a prospective buyer should be doing in terms of finances?
I think one of the things is to figure out who you can trust and develop that rapport with somebody. You know, as an example, you've got these online lenders with the 800 numbers from Colorado that are looking to sell you something that they may have. Or you can work with someone local who knows your environment a little bit better. For example, I have people that call me, and every 6 months they might give me a call and they'll ask me a question because they trust what I'm telling them to be the truth. And I think that's just better than calling up a place and what do you got, what do you got, what do you got? Develop a relationship with somebody so that they can really get into your personal situation. They're not trying to sell you box X. They're trying to help you to get into what is right for you.
Because everybody's situation financially is obviously different.
And it changes, so we need to make those phone calls.
It changes, so, you know, and also be sure to get the most current, accurate information. You know, sometimes the information from Aunt Sue is not necessarily the best information, and sometimes I work with people that are fighting me on it. It's like, this is what it is. It's different than it was 20 years ago.
Got it.
But another example I had, somebody came up to me one time and said, hey, I want to get $60,000 from equity in my home to put in a pool, and they were told the only option is to refinance their first mortgage. And that's not necessarily the case. If you got a first mortgage at 3%, you can leave that one right there and do, for instance, a fixed rate second mortgage, you know, for the pool. Now, that's just one example of taking care of your best interest and not trying to fit somebody else in a box.
Especially right now when interest rates are different and changing. Yeah. I feel like we really need some guidance. Now, you said there are three main kind of components financially of purchasing a home. Right. What are those three?
So the big three would be income, assets, and credit.
Okay.
And so income, obviously, you've got your W-2 employees, you've got your retired, and you've got your self-employed. Now, with the self-employed world, some people might say, well, I make $200,000 a year. That's what I make. But you know what? Your tax return shows that you have expenses, so it might be a bit different than that. So that's why you want to talk with somebody to find out what it really is and not what you think it might be.
Okay.
The next category, credit. So we were talking about that earlier. Credit, you can pull up the mycredit.com and that kind of stuff and get one score, or you can go to your mortgage broker or mortgage person and get a different credit score. The credit bureaus have different formulas for each side. And every once in a while, I'll tell somebody, hey, good news, your credit score is a 710. And some people get upset. It's like, what did you do? It's supposed to be a 770. So once again, find out what the true facts are.
Okay.
You know, so that's credit. See if your lender can help you to build and improve your credit.
Yes.
That's one thing that Achieva offers. We have a certified financial counselor program, and maybe other lenders do too, where they actually help you to build up your credit scores and make you to be more credit worthy.
Which can be really important when you're buying a home, because if you can get that credit score up, you're going to save money on that rate.
The better rates you're going to get, the better the score. So
what do assets have to do with buying a home?
So assets is a big deal. Sometimes somebody will say to me, you know, I'm putting $40,000 down, here's $40,000 worth of assets, get me pre-approved. Lenders like to see that you've got some financial reserves. If you hit a bump in the road that, you know, you got to replace your hot water heater, that you're not choosing between your mortgage payment and the hot water heater.
Got it.
So we're going to want to see lots of cash reserves, even if you're not going to use it, just show us. The bump in the road, you're good.
So we'll pull those together. You've got the money.
You've got it covered. Other things you can do are things like gift of equity or gift of cash from a family member to help purchase a home. So when you take all of these three, you've got income, assets, and credit. It's like having a bar stool, if you would set that up. You want all three legs, income, asset, credit, all three to be solid and strong, and that's what a good lender will help you to do. Because if you get one leg that's not strong, boom, you're going to be down on your keister. The loan's going to be dead because not all three are firm.
This is so intimidating. I think I've bought 4 homes, and every time I go through it, I think, I can't believe there's so many different components. You have ways to help home buyers with education. Tell us about that.
So we have an education program. One other thing I just wanted to throw out there is something called buying power, because we were talking about interest rates. So you could get perhaps a 30-year fixed rate in the 7% range, or you could do something else. An adjustable rate mortgage might be your better bet. You can get 1.5% to 2% less on the interest rate. What that means is you get about, on a $2,000 monthly payment, you'll get about $52,000 more house.
Right, so you're going to do the math and figure out what works better for us. And again, Achieva does have lender help education classes. They're free to help you through that home buying process.
Walk you through it step at a time.
You need an expert on your side. For more information about buying a home, you can go to achievacu.com/home/mortgages. We'll be right back.